For 40 days, Earth did not respond. The aliens celebrated every day of humanity's silence. On the first day, the Varn called it shock. On the 10th day, they called it fear. By the 40th day, their war halls echoed with the same words. Earth is broken. Haven-9 had been a peaceful human colony on a red moon near the edge of settled space. It was not a fortress. It had no battle fleet, no hidden cannon, no secret army under the ground. It had farms under glass domes, oxygen gardens, water towers, clinics, schools, and old engineers who spent more time fixing pumps than speaking about war. Then the alien sky opened. The Varn fleet entered orbit like a storm of black blades. Their ships were sharp, dark, and plated with bone-white armor. Green fire burned inside their engines. At the center of the fleet was the Iron Fang, the command ship of General Kale. Kale was feared across many alien worlds. He had gray skin, narrow eyes like amber glass, and a voice that never rose because he believed fear worked better when spoken calmly. His officers waited as the human governor sent a message from the colony below. "We are civilians," Governor Hale said. "We request peaceful contact." A Varn officer turned toward Kale. "Do we answer?" Kale stared at the glowing human domes. "Yes," he said. "Answer in the language they will understand." The Varn opened fire. The first strike destroyed the weather towers. The second wave hit the farms. The third shattered the Capitol dome. Haven-9 burned beneath alien ships while emergency shelters sealed under schools, clinics, and water stations. The final message reached Earth through static. "We are civilians," Governor Hale whispered. "We did not fire, remember that." Then the signal died. Across Earth, fleets prepared to launch. Admirals demanded permission to strike. Soldiers stood ready. Families of Haven-9 gathered outside government halls, holding photographs of the dead and the missing. But Earth gave no order, no speech, no threat, only silence. General Kale replayed the destruction before Varn officers and alien observers. "Look at them," he said. "Humanity makes noise only when it feels safe." But inside Earth Strategic Command, Captain Elias Voss watched the same recording differently. He was not young, not loud, and not easily moved by anger. His hair was silver at the edges and old scars crossed one hand. An intelligence officer asked, "Captain, what are you looking for?" Elias pointed to the darkness behind the Varn fleet. A shadow moved there, then another, then 12. "Those are not Varn ships," the officer said. "No," Elias answered. "The Varn fired the weapon, but someone else aimed it." The officer looked at him. "Orders, sir?" Elias stared at the burning colony. "No retaliation," he said. "Not yet." The aliens thought Earth's silence meant fear. It did not. It meant human ships were moving without lights. While the Varn celebrated, human rescue carriers crossed dead space with cooled engines and hidden signals. They carried no invasion army. They carried doctors, engineers, water, oxygen, repair drones, and empty stretchers. Captain Elias Voss took command of the Mercy Dawn, a rescue carrier built for disaster zones, not glory. Some of his officers did not understand. Lieutenant Mara Flint finally spoke what many were thinking. "Sir," she said, "the aliens destroyed Haven-9. Why are we going in with rescue ships instead of battleships?" Elias stood before the viewing glass as Haven-9 appeared ahead, red and wounded. "Because if even one human is breathing down there," he said, "our first duty is not revenge, it is rescue." From orbit, the colony looked dead. The glass domes were cracked. The fields were black. Smoke moved across the ground like slow rivers. But human colonies beyond Earth were built with patience. Under the farms and schools, deep shelters had sealed when the attack began. The Varn had not known. The Auric had not cared. The first shelter was found beneath a ruined water station. Human engineers dug for 16 hours before the door opened. Inside, the air was thin and bitter. A teacher had kept 31 children alive by rationing oxygen and telling them stories about Earth's oceans. A little girl looked at Elias' uniform with tired eyes. "Did Earth leave us?" she asked. Every soldier went still. Elias knelt beside her. "No," he said softly. "Earth came quietly. For 7 days the Mercy Dawn rescued the living. For 7 nights it honored the dead. Survivors were pulled from shelters, tunnels, clinics, and one buried school basement where the lights had failed 3 days before. But while medics worked, evidence teams followed. They collected alien missile fragments, engine trails, radiation marks, command echoes, and sensor shadows hidden behind the Varn attack formation. The truth formed slowly, then clearly. The hidden fleet belonged to the Auric Dominion. The Auric were blue-skinned alien strategists with pale eyes and cold, careful voices. Their leader, Marshal Dren, feared humanity because humans were difficult to control. Human engineers rebuilt dead worlds. Human captains defended weaker colonies. Human diplomats made alliances without demanding tribute. To Dren, that made Earth dangerous. So the Auric fed General Kale false reports. They told him Haven Menace 9 hid weapons. They promised political support. Then they watched from the darkness, waiting for Earth to retaliate in rage. Mara studied the evidence and whispered, "They wanted us to attack first." Elias nodded. They wanted the galaxy to see angry humans burning alien worlds. Then Haven Menace 9 was bait. Elias looked at the ruined colony below. Yes. A second report appeared on his screen. His expression hardened. "What is it?" Mara asked. Elias answered, "Haven Menace 9 was not the final target." He enlarged the map. "New Carthage," he said, 3 million people. Mara's face went pale. Elias turned toward the bridge. "Evacuate the outer settlements quietly. Wake the shield engineers. And tell Earth to keep silent." Humanity's answer did not begin with missiles. It began with blueprints. Across human space, shipyards went dark to outside observers but alive on the inside. Civilian factories changed their production lines. Mining ships carried shield cores, titanium frames, sensor mirrors, and reactor glass to coordinates that did not appear on public maps. The alien spies saw movement, but they did not understand it. The Varn understood force. The Auric understood lies. Neither understood what happened when human patience and engineering worked together. Captain Elias Voss ordered the construction of the Aegis Ring. It was not one weapon. It was a hidden web of shield stations, gravity anchors, sensor mirrors, rescue gates, drone hangars, and signal recorders placed across the space between Varn territory, Auric territory, and New Carthage. Lieutenant Mara studied the design. "Sir, this is not an attack formation." "No," Elias said, "it is a witness stand." "A witness stand. If they strike again, every world will see who gave the order, who fired, and who stood behind them." For 33 days, General Kale mocked Earth across alien channels. His face appeared above Varn military cities as he spoke to cheering crowds. "Still silent," Kale said. "Still hiding. Did Haven Menace 9 teach humans obedience?" Every message was saved. Every signal was traced. Every insult became another piece of evidence. But Marshal Dren was growing impatient. Inside his palace ship, the Pale Crown, he stood among living holograms of human space. His advisors watched him carefully. "Earth refuses to behave as expected," one Auric advisor said. Dren's pale eyes narrowed. "Then we strike the wound again." He sent Kale a secret command through encrypted channels. "Move on New Carthage, 3 million humans. Force Earth to reveal its nature." Kale smiled when he received it. "Prepare the fleet," he ordered. "This time, humanity will scream loud enough for the galaxy to hear." The Varn fleet crossed the border like black knives moving through water. But Earth had moved first. When Kale reached New Carthage, there was no panic. The outer farms were empty. Civilian cities were sealed beneath layered shields. Hospitals were powered. Emergency tunnels were clear. Orbital stations looked abandoned, but inside them human crews waited in darkness. Kale stared at the silent planet. "Why is there no fear?" Then the stars around his fleet changed. Hidden stations awakened. Sensor mirrors unfolded like silver flowers. Gravity anchors locked space behind him. The Aegis Ring opened its eyes. Every Varn ship was recorded. Every weapon lock was traced. Every command signal was captured. Then Dren's secret message was broadcast to the Galactic Council, neutral worlds, Varn civilians, and every alien government watching. "Move on New Carthage," Dren's voice said. 3 million humans. Force Earth to reveal its nature." The galaxy went silent. Captain Elias appeared on Kale's screen. "General Kale," Elias said, "you are standing inside the evidence." Kale's jaw tightened. "What is this?" Elias answered. "A mirror." General Kale still had a choice. He could have powered down his weapons. He could have surrendered his command codes. He could have saved his crews from the weight of his pride. Instead, he slammed his clawed fist against the command rail. "Burn New Carthage," Kale ordered. The Varn fleet opened fire. That was when Earth finally answered. New Carthage vanished beneath a planetary shield so bright that the night side turned into sunrise. Alien missiles struck the shield by the hundreds and shattered into harmless white sparks. Then human ships appeared. Not from one direction, from everywhere. Behind moons, inside dust clouds, beneath dead satellites, and from stations the aliens had mistaken for debris. The human fleet surrounded the Varn without panic, without shouting, and without wasting a shot. At the center was the Resolute Mercy, Captain Elias' command ship. It had been built from the frame of a hospital carrier and the armor of a battleship. Its symbol was a shield over an open hand. Elias opened a channel to every alien vessel. "This is Captain Elias Voss of Earth Strategic Command. You attacked Haven-9. You are now attempting to attack New Carthage. Your crimes, your allies, and your orders have been recorded. Power down your weapons." Kale snarled through the screen. "You waited 40 days to threaten me," Elias replied. "We waited 40 days to rescue survivors, gather truth, and place ourselves between your guns and our children." "You should have come for revenge," Kale said. Elias' eyes hardened. "Revenge is anger without discipline. Justice is duty with a steady hand." Kale cut the channel and ordered all ships to target the shield generators protecting the civilian cities. Elias gave one command: disable their weapons. The human fleet moved with terrifying precision. They did not destroy ships for spectacle. They cut engine power, shattered targeting arrays, burned through weapon cores, and severed command links. Human drones wrapped Varn destroyers in magnetic nets. Rail cannons struck gun housings instead of crew decks. Shield ships placed themselves between alien missiles and the planet below. The Varn expected human rage. They found human control. Then a damaged Varn cruiser, the Ash Talon, lost engine control and drifted toward New Carthage's shield. Its reactor was unstable. If it exploded close enough, thousands below could die. Mara shouted, "Enemy cruiser falling toward the city line." Another officer said, "Let it burn." Elias turned sharply. "No." The bridge went silent. The officer stared at him. "Sir, they destroyed Haven-9. Elias looked at the burning alien cruiser. "And we are not them." He pointed forward. "Tow it away." 3 human frigates moved under fire. Tractor beams locked onto the damaged alien cruiser. Human pilots dragged it away from the planet seconds before its reactor exploded in empty space. The blast lit the shield like a second sun. Across the Varn fleet, alien soldiers stared at their screens. Humans had saved them after Haven-9, after the mockery, after everything. That mercy broke what missiles could not. One by one, Varn ships powered down. Kale screamed, "Obey me." No one moved. At last, the Iron Fang lowered its guns. Elias opened one final channel. "The dead of Haven-9, he said, are no longer silent, enjoying humanity's smartest victories. Subscribe now and never miss our next strategic sci-fi story. The trial was held above Haven-9. That was Captain Elias' request. Not Earth, not New Carthage, not the proud halls of the Galactic Council. Haven-9, the burned colony where the alien lie began. The tribunal station floated in orbit above the red moon. Below it, broken domes reflected sunlight like cracked glass. Repair crews moved across the surface. New shield towers rose beside memorial fields. Human engineers had already begun rebuilding because that was what humans did. They did not only mourn what was lost, they repaired what remained. Survivors sat in the front rows. Beside them sat alien witnesses from neutral worlds, silver Lethari observers, quiet Talar historians, ashamed Varn civilians, and Auric citizens who were seeing the truth for the first time. No one asked the survivors to forgive. No one asked them to forget. They were asked only to witness. The evidence was shown without music, without speeches, and without decoration. The first Varn missile, the destroyed hospital, the collapsed school shelter, the governor's final words. "We are civilians. We did not fire, remember that." Then came the Auric files, the false intelligence, the hidden fleet, the order to attack New Carthage. Marshal Dren denied everything until his own voice filled the chamber. 3 million humans, force Earth to reveal its nature. No one spoke after that. The Auric Dominion collapsed in a single day. Its allies abandoned it. Its officers surrendered records. Its citizens demanded judgment. The empire that had lived by shadows was destroyed by light. General Kale stood in chains before the tribunal. He expected hatred. He expected humans to demand the destruction of the Varn homeworld. Instead, Captain Elias rose. Haven Menace 9 was a home, Elias said. Its people were not soldiers. They were farmers, teachers, doctors, engineers, parents, and children. Their deaths demand justice. But Earth will not punish innocent Varn children for the crimes of Varn commanders. We will not burn alien farms because ours were burned. We will not let murder teach us how to live. The chamber stayed silent. Then the survivors of Haven Menace 9 stood, not cheering, not smiling, standing. Somehow that was stronger than applause. The judgment was severe. Kale and his officers were sentenced to life imprisonment. Dren and the Auric leaders were removed and placed before their own people. The Varn border fleets were dismantled. The Auric Dominion was placed under inspection by neutral worlds. 1 year later, Elias returned to Haven Menace 9. The colony was still wounded. Some fields were black. Some homes were only foundations. Some names on the memorial wall had no graves beneath them. But new wheat was growing. New water towers stood in the sun. New classrooms were full of children. The little girl Elias had rescued stood beside him at the memorial wall. Her name was Leora. "Captain," she asked, "why did Earth stay silent?" Elias looked at the silver names. "Because silence can be a shield," he said. "It protected the survivors. It protected the truth. And it protected us from becoming what our enemies wanted us to be." "Were you angry?" Leora asked. Elias nodded. "Every day." "Then how did you stop it?" He placed one scarred hand against the wall. "I did not stop it," he said. "I gave it orders." Far above Haven Menace 9, ships from many worlds formed a silent ring around the colony. Human ships, Varn ships, Lethari ships, Talar ships, even small Auric civilian vessels. Not a ring of conquest, a ring of memory. The aliens had destroyed one human colony and waited for Earth to scream. Earth whispered instead. It rescued the living. It gathered the truth. It built the trap. And when the guilty stepped inside it, humanity did not become a monster to defeat monsters. It stood like a civilization, patient, prepared, merciful, unbreakable. From that day forward, every alien commander learned the same lesson. A loud humanity was dangerous. An angry humanity was dangerous. But a silent humanity meant the survivors were being carried home. The engineers were building in the dark, and justice was already in orbit. Subscribe.